It's 3 in the morning. You're not sleeping. Not because something happened, just heavy, anxious. No idea why. Modern medicine calls this an anxiety disorder. Every fifth person on the planet knows this feeling. But here's what's strange. Your ancestor lived in a world where every night something could eat him, where children died from scratches, where hunger was normal, and he had no word for depression. Today, you'll find out why, and at the end, one thing that will change how you see your anxiety. Stay. Let's begin. Let's start with what everyone gets wrong. Most people think anxiety is a malfunction. Something went wrong in the head, needs fixing. No. Anxiety is an early warning system, the most precise system evolution has ever created. In 0.3 seconds, your ancestor heard a sound in the bushes. The body did everything automatically. Adrenaline into the blood, vision sharpens, muscles ready. He survived. The same system works inside you right now. Literally the same. The only difference. After anxiety, your ancestor had a real tiger. He ran, he fought. The body discharged. The system switched off. You? An email from the boss. Body switches on. Nowhere to discharge. That's where chronic anxiety comes from. Not because you're weak, but because the system works. The world just changed faster than the brain could keep up. Same brain, different world. So how did the ancestor cope? Not because he was mentally strong, but because every day he did 3 things we stopped doing. First, movement. Your ancestor walked 10 to 20 kilometers every day. Not for health, simply no other way to survive. For comparison, today you walked from bed to fridge and back. But every step of the ancestor burned cortisol, the stress hormone. Every step produced serotonin, the calm hormone. Stanford Research 2022 confirmed 20 minutes of walking reduces anxiety as effectively as low-dose antidepressants. Your ancestor didn't do this for 20 minutes. He did it all day, every day. Second, tribe. When an ancient human felt bad, he did not stay alone. Physically, couldn't. Harvard Research, 80 years, the longest happiness study in the history of science. One conclusion: quality of social connections, the main predictor of mental health. More important than diet, than money, than exercise. Your ancestor was never as lonely as you. And that's exactly why he had no word for depression. Third, ritual. When something in the tribe died, they danced. When there was a drought, they sang. When something fell ill, everyone gathered. This isn't superstition. This is neurobiology. Anthropologist Robin Dunbar studied the effect of synchronized movement on endorphin levels. Result? Shared dance and singjing rise pain threshold the same as physical exercise. Ritual is a technology for managing state. We removed rituals from life, replaced them with nothing, and wonder where the emptiness comes from. But wait, that's not all. There was a fourth tool, the most unexpected one, the one your ancestor used deliberately. In a minute. In most hunting tribes, there was a rite of initiation. A young man went alone into the forest for several days. No food, no fire, no protection. Not as punishment, as a lesson. The lesson was one: fear can be survived. Modern psychology calls this exposure therapy, the most effectively treatment for phobias and anxiety disorders known to science. The mechanism is simple. Face the fear, it shrinks. Avoid the fear, it grows. Your ancestor knew this 100,000 before science discovered it. But we do the opposite. Anxious, scroll the phone. Scared, avoid the situation. Feeling bad, numb it with anything. Every time we run from remember, the brain remembers. Remembers this situation is dangerous. And next time, anxiety switches on stronger. Your ancestor had no option to run, and that's exactly what made him mentally resilient. The modern equivalent? Staying without internet for the weekend. But every time we face fear, we become a little more resilient. Every time. Exactly like this for 300,000 years. Here's a fact that's hard to accept. We live in the safest time in the history of humanity. No saber-toothed tigers, food in the fridge, warmth, and yet an epidemic of anxiety. Every fifth person on the planet. The paradox is this. Your ancestor lived in constant real danger and was mentally healthier than you. You live in safety, and you're anxious. Why? Because the problem is not anxiety. The problem is nowhere to discharge. Ancestor after anxiety, ran, sang with the tribe, faced fear head-on. The system discharged every day. You after anxiety, scroll the phone alone in the dark. The system accumulates. That's the whole secret. And now, what he promised at the beginning. What will change your view of anxiety forever? Your anxiety doesn't say you're broken. It says your system works. But it has nowhere to discharge. Movement discharges it through the body. Live connection discharges it through bonding. Ritual discharges it through meaning. Facing fear discharges it through experience. This isn't biohacking, not a list of tips. This is how the human brain worked for 300,000 years and continues to work now. We haven't changed. We just forgot who we were. The next time you wake up at 3 in the morning, don't think something is wrong with you. Think that your ancestor also wake up at night, looked into the darkness, listened to the forest, and in the morning, rose and kept going. Today you hit snooze 5 times, and still you rise and keep going every day, almost as stubbornly as he did. Ancestor by the fire looks at the stars. Modern stick figure at the window looks at the night city. One picture, different eras. And last, one question. Which of the 4 did you stop doing? Mouvement, live connection, ritual, or facing fear? Write honestly in the comments. He would be proud of you, though he wouldn't understand why you hit snooze 5 times.